Hello everyone and welcome back to a beautiful Sumeru sunset. My goodness, it's gorgeous here. Today we are continuing along with our story quest little journey here with Dehya's quest. I feel quite pleased actually. It seems like we were reaching the end of Sumeru story quests. Wow, this is a new accomplishment for me. We're going to do this quest today, hopefully. I have no idea what's going to happen here. But I'm excited. Let's see what the prompt is. Go to the Grand Bazaar. One day, you and Paimon stop by the Grand Bazaar, and our quest title is Shade Upon Red Silk, which is a really lovely title. Alright, Grand Bazaar. So let's teleport to the Academia and fly down, I suppose. Need to go kind of under the tree. I'll take my normal route. Wait, Spin Crystal! Oh my god. Deviating from the normal route really quick. Alrighty. Don't fall. How long has that been sitting there? Oh my god, how many more are in the city? That reminds me, I do have the thing that we got last time. What was it? The Oculus Resonance Stone that I should learn. Do I have to go to a bench for that? Let's see. No. Here? I can learn this one. That looks like it. Aha! Oculus Resonance Stone. Excellent. I'll have to go and stop by a stand. Ooh! To see what the requirements are, but...
Paimon's trying to remember. What else did we put on our shopping list?
Oh, we're just doing the shopping.
Oh, what a mouth-watering smell. Paimon would know the aroma of biryani anywhere. Let's go get some.
That wasn't on our list, was it?
We can still add it to the list.
Well, if it isn't the Traveler and Paimon.
Dinyarzad!
Wasn't expecting to see you here.
That was fast. We ran into them quite quickly, but look, Dinyarzad's here too!
Hello there. Oh, it's been quite a while.
Welcome back to Sumeru. I wonder if they just got back from their travels?
So you two are still hanging out together. Dehya, didn't you say last time that you were gonna head back to the desert?
I said I was going to resign from being her bodyguard, not that our friendship was over. We're still the best of friends.
That's good.
The Homayanis also still post jobs from time to time. Their pay is always generous, so me and the other mercs never pass them up.
I told Dehya to just stay at our place when she took one of those jobs a few days ago. My parents were delighted. They even said that it always felt like we were missing someone whenever Dehya wasn't around.
This is wonderful. This is delightful.
That sounds like something they would say, all right. They're always so welcoming.
So you should stay forever, you understand, right?
Anyway, the job is already taken care of, so I was gonna head back to the brigade as soon as I finished a little shopping. But the master kept insisting, and I ended up staying for another day.
Oh.
You can stay for as many days as you want, Dehya. Father hasn't even gotten around to treating you to his best dishes yet.
Do you know that one meme from the Mulan movie with like do you want to stay for dinner? Do you want to stay forever? Dehya, when will you realize?
You know I'm not the kind of person to stay put in one place like that, my lady. Don't worry, though. There'll always be next time.
And she still calls her my lady.
What? She said they'll treat you to the best dishes! Paimon can't believe you can still refuse that!
Yeah, Dehya, how can you refuse that?
But wait, didn't you say last time that you would take me on a trip to the desert? Why don't you just take me with you today, when you leave?
Great idea. We'll help.
There are so many places I still haven't visited yet.
I'm sorry, my lady, but no can do. There's still a few things I need to take care of back at the brigade. Besides, the desert hasn't exactly been the most peaceful place lately.
I thought she might say something like that. Well, we could help her with whatever those issues are so that she can come back and pick up Dinyarzad.
Oh, come on. Not this again. That's also what you said last time and the time before that.
So maybe there is an ongoing issue?
I know, I'm sorry. Just give me some more time, and I promise I'll plan the best trip ever for you.
All right, fine. To be perfectly honest, it's not that I wanted to go, it's more like... I feel like something is off about you lately. Ever since you first set foot on the estate a few days ago, you've been acting anxious and even paranoid.
Oh dear.
Have you been delaying our trip because you've run into some kind of trouble?
Nah, are you kidding? You're worrying too much.
Dehya.
Would you swear on that? Friends shouldn't lie to each other, you know. I wouldn't pry any further if you're willing to swear on what you just said. But if something really is bothering you, then just tell me. You know I'll help you however I can.
Dunyarzad is a gem. I love her. So there is something.
Oh, looks like Dunyarzad was onto something.
I never had any doubt.
You're too perceptive, my lady. Seems I can't hide anything from you. I just thought that nothing good could come out of telling you about the messy happenings of mercenaries. Knowing too much only leads to more trouble. Mercenary life is a dog-eat-dog world where Mora reigns supreme. Everything operates on a completely different set of rules.
That doesn't change anything about what I just said, though. We're still friends, and I can only support you if I understand what's bothering you.
My lady, you're not gonna stop until you drag it out of me, are ya? All right, I'll share what I know. Let's go somewhere else first. This isn't exactly the best place for a discussion.
I adore their relationship,
Okay,
actually.
let's talk here. Just try not to draw any extra attention.
Dunyarzad is being wonderful in that she really honestly cares about what's going on with Dehya and wants to help in any way that she can, but she's not really pressing that hard. She's just making very logical arguments that Dehya can't argue against in terms of why she should share. She's not really forcing it out of her, which I adore. It's really respectful of Dunyarzad.
As you may already know, the Eremites have both a lot of mercenaries and a complex organizational structure. Many mercs are no different than me, just going around looking for jobs to earn some mora. My brigade is called the Blazing Beasts. We're not a large group, but every member is loyal and brave. However, not all Eremite brigades are like mine. Some are willing to cross all kinds of lines for the sake of mora. The most notorious is a faction known as Deshret's Relics.
Deshret's Relics, you say? Man, if I get Deshret lore out of this, I would be delighted.
Deshret's relics? Judging from the name, they must really look up to...
King Deshret? Al-Ahmar?
Yep, you got it. I've heard that you've already crossed paths with Ain al-Akmar. They're one of the groups under the Relic's banner.
Oh, you mean the
Oh.
group that tried to sell us the Divine Knowledge Capsule? Yeah, they weren't friendly at all.
Deshret's Relics is composed of many smaller brigades like Ain al-Akmar. The Relic's headquarters issues orders to all brigades under his control. On any other day, I would want nothing to do with them. Unfortunately, though, the brigade that's stirring up trouble now is none other than Dehya al-Akmar.
Dehya al-Akmar, okay.
Dakan?
I think it means beard or something. Believe me, it's a really stupid name. I found it insufferable for years.
How much do you want to bet that the name's going to be very relevant later?
Anyway, the real issue is that Dehya al-Akmar is led by my father, Husayla.
Oh! Oh, twist!
Say what now?
I think I'm starting to understand your anxiety now. But what did they do?
I won't go into details, my lady, but they've been involved in a lot of violent incidents. We're talking hundreds.
Oh no.
Hundreds?
Yep, the scenes tend to be quite gruesome too. They strip the victims of all their valuables before murdering them.
Oh, whoa. Oh, this quest got dark fast.
Not only have they targeted merchant caravans and ordinary citizens, but other mercenary brigades as well.
I'm now so fascinated to know the story of Dehya's childhood. Did she grow up in that group and then leave it? Did she leave it very early? Did her father join later in her life? I'm so curious.
That's beyond terrible. They won't even spare their own kind.
I don't know how Deshret's Relic sees it. All I do know is that Dehya al-Akmar has become more and more aggressive over the last few years.
Are they looking for something, do you think? Or are they trying to accomplish something and they need a lot of resources for it?
If I don't do something about them, then even my brigade or the people of Aru village could become their next target. I just wish I knew what's driven him to do this.
Exactly.
Yeah. How can your father do such terrible things?
I don't know. People change. He's always been pretty pathetic. But at least in the past, there were still a few lines that he wouldn't cross.
So what changed? What happened?
That's setting the bar pretty low.
I mean, if he was even remotely decent, then why would I have to leave the brigade and cut all ties with him?
So she did leave it, okay.
He was loud and foolish, with no real sense of purpose. Instead of doing anything useful, he spent most of his time drinking and chasing after women. Of course, the other brigade members were just like him. Their ruckus would go on night after night.
Sounds like a nightmare.
Does not sound like a fun place to grow up in.
What about your mother? Did she ever step in to stop them?
Unfortunately, I never knew my mother.
I'm sorry, Dehya. I didn't know.
It's all right, my lady. That's pretty common in mercenary circles. Didn't I mention that my father was chasing after women? I was the result of one of those encounters with some random person. He told me that he wasn't sure who my mother was. And in any case, she never came to see me.
That would be so interesting if she showed up, though.
He'd say, "You'll be fine as long as you remember to stick with Dad." But even then, he left most of the parenting to the brigade. The one thing I do remember is that he used to tell me stories. But the problem was that he had terrible taste. He only knew a few stories, and even those tended to be pretty stale.
What were they about, though? I mean, if they were just, like, bar stories, I'm not interested, but if they were about King Deshret, I'll take it.
They were tales of desert warriors defeating dragons in the forest, or stories of mercenaries rescuing princesses from rebel armies.
Look at her face. Meanwhile, I'm fascinated by this mention of dragons in the forest.
Sounds like your typical fairy tales.
Apparently, it's a typical fairy tale.
More or less, yeah. They were interesting maybe the first or second time around, but after about 20 repeats, they started to get a little dull.
Understandable.
He seemed to think those stories were the best things ever, though. He was so into them that he'd call the whole brigade over and make them perform the whole thing as a play.
A play?
Even the toys he gave me would all be story props. I'd get helmets, shields, and toy swords.
This mercenary sounds like his real calling was theater. How did he end up as the leader of a mercenary group?
It was only much later when I realized that the shows were more for him than they ever were for me.
What an interesting guy.
But it doesn't sound like he had all bad intentions?
Yeah, I've always found him pretty childish, but that was something I could just shrug off. I had no reason to despise him. Until I grew up and learned the true face of Deshret's relics for myself.
Okay, so she was in the group for quite a while. Until probably either young adulthood or her late teens.
Looting, blackmail, violence, and fraud. They not only accepted such heinous acts, they would even openly boast about them.
Oh, she looks so angry.
No one in the brigade was any kind of hero. Instead, my father and his cronies were more like the bad guys that needed to be taken down.
I adore Dehya's moral code.
Did they really think that as long as they didn't do any of that stuff right in front of me, I would never know?
Especially if they were bragging about it.
I think I can understand your feelings. The difference between perception and reality must have hit hard.
Yeah, but don't worry, my lady. It's all water under the bridge to me now. I had a huge argument with my father and left that place behind for good. I'm not investigating them due to any bitter feelings I still have towards my father. I just want to protect those that are close to me.
You just want to find out why they suddenly started causing so much more trouble.
Yeah, I told the boys to gather as much information as they could. Most of the reports concern violent incidents, but there's also some talk of smuggling.
I see. But isn't this investigation incredibly dangerous?
It is, but every mercenary lives life on the edge. It's a lifestyle that I enjoy.
That may be true, but it'll be impossible for those who care about you not to worry.
Well, now you get why I didn't want to share any of this with you.
What should we do? They both have valid concerns.
I'll go back to the desert with Dehya.
Huh? But there's no need for you to get caught up in this mess, too.
Well, she's super tough, so if she went into the desert with you, then Paimon bets the problem will be solved in no time.
Honestly, Dehya will probably be doing most of the work because she understands the systems much more. But we can at least watch her back.
I'm inclined to agree. I'd feel a lot more at ease if you took her along to help.
You can count on me. I'll do my best.
I'll wait for news from you in the city until then. Please, stay safe.
I'm honored that you care so much for me, my lady. All right, then let's get moving. Our first stop will be Caravan Rebot, where we can catch up a bit with my fellow mercs.
Caravan Rebot. Lion's blood! Manticora. Of course, Manticore. Pretty straightforward there. What do you think, Dunuzad?
Please be careful. I'll stay in the city and wait for news from you. Just don't do anything reckless, alright?
I'll try to resist the urge. Does this mean we can actually return to the city and see her?
I sure hope they'll be okay.
Aw, I'm touched you're concerned for me. As much as you are for Dehya. Alright. Caravan Rebot. Do-do-do-do-do. Boom. Oh dear. Are we gonna talk to that guy? I don't see her. Wait, can I snoop?
I think something's definitely up with the Khan al-Ahmar.
Oh, seems like we have an ally.
Hey, Dehya, you're back. Are these two friends of yours?
Blazing Beast member. He's part of her brigade. It's a pleasure to meet you. I trust Dehya with my life.
Likewise. There's no need to be so formal with us. We're a pretty casual crew. Anyway, since we've got newcomers, let me fill you in on what the Khan al-Ahmar has been up to lately. They've become extremely aggressive. Apparently, even their own now have become acceptable targets.
Jeez. What are they after?
They even attack other relics brigades, just the same as any other mercenary brigade.
At this point, it's surprising that no one else has tried to take them down.
Even the most ferocious beasts still protect their own. And it sounds like they've thrown that straight to the wind.
That's right. Once they've collected enough loot off the other mercenaries, they sell it off to a different brigade, or turn to merchants on the black market. A portion of their profits is immediately exchanged for more food and weaponry to be used in their next violent operation.
That's terrible!
Seriously, what are they trying to do? They can't just keep doing this. If they're just doing this for fun, why would they start attacking their own members? They can't just keep doing this forever if they're doing that. Their numbers will dwindle. So, it seems like they're after money? Are they trying to buy something, build something, impress someone?
Yeah, and it really makes you wonder why they're so desperate for Mora.
Doesn't it?
A few days ago, Isham and I trailed them for a while, and even disguised ourselves as merchants to conduct trade with them. We were able to learn a few things from the exchange.
Nice work.
Rather than saying they're out to plunder and hoard Mora, it'd probably be more accurate to say that they're experiencing an internal power struggle.
Makes sense. That's why they're attacking their own, I guess.
Wait, a power struggle?
Oh, that means your dad's been dethroned, doesn't it? Or at least someone's trying to.
You heard me right. The vast majority of their victims are mercenaries from the other brigades of Deshret's relics. If their only goal was Mora, they could have gone after anybody. The targeted nature of their attacks points to a power struggle between the different brigades within the relics. That's the only plausible explanation we have.
Oh, or no, maybe he's making a bid for the top.
Unfortunately, we weren't able to find out anything more specific. It seems they're also trying to keep things under wraps. Oh, one last thing we discovered was that over the past few years, as the Khan al-Ahmar became more and more active, Deshret's relics as a whole became a lot weaker.
Oh, they were able to cause so much damage? That somehow makes things even more confusing. I mean, it seems like the Khan al-Ahmar is trying to make a bid to get control of Deshret's relic, trying to become the most powerful, like, subgroup. And so it makes sense that they're weakening everyone else around them in their attempt to do this. Or that could just be an indication that their leadership is really not great. I mean, obviously it's not great, but if they're attempting to assume control, but that attempt of theirs is just damaging the whole, I don't think they're really ready to be in control, you know?
It sounds mighty strange to me too. Harun, you can leave the rest of the investigation to us. Gotta say though, I didn't expect you to go on a whole undercover mission during the few days I was gone. Sounds like you were really putting your necks on the line, no?
Nah, it was nothing. We're just as concerned about the situation as you are. The Khan al-Ahmar is your father's crew after all.
Oh, it seems like her brigade cares for her.
What he said. Besides, Dehya, haven't you done more dangerous things than all of us combined? What we did is nothing compared to your experiences.
Why is this guy not being revealed to us? Is this guy going to be a traitor later?
Yeah.
Two of
I
them.
went to talk with Dakan al-Akmar. I took a look at the last camp they attacked. Any survivors of the attack were already long gone. There was nothing of value left in the camp.
Okay, who are you guys?
Ah, Hisham and Khalaf. You're here too.
Oh, isn't this the guy that went on the undercover mission?
We rushed over as soon as we saw
Yeah,
you come
him.
into Caravan Rebat. Although this new friend of yours looks a little green behind the ears, I'm sensing a special vibe from her.
That's funny to me because I'm Densho right now.
Now that we know you'll have a capable partner with you, we can also rest easy.
Hey, what about Paimon? Feel anything special?
Oh, you're also planning to tag along with them?
Paimon just looks so unthreatening.
Of course! Paimon is the traveler's most important guide. Wherever she goes, Paimon will follow.
Oh, in that case, then you'd better take care of her too, Dehya.
No.
Don't underestimate Paimon!
In all seriousness, she could be super helpful in a case like this. She could investigate, do some reconnaissance, or if we were to ever get stuck or trapped, she could escape and deliver the message back. Paimon's
Don't
super
worry
helpful.
about her. She may look tiny and helpless, but she's been through just as many battles as the traveler here.
Technically, yeah.
Even if she had only survived on sheer luck, then that alone would still make her quite formidable.
The best luck in the world. Oh, Paimon's pleased.
I had no idea. I guess I shouldn't judge by appearances.
Begrudgingly pleased, because Dia's praising her luck, but she's still praising her.
Oh, one other thing, Dehya. When you're free, why don't you update the deputy about your upcoming schedule?
Is deputy?
We held another recruitment event a few days ago, but everyone only came to see the Flame Main. You weren't around at the time, so people were pretty disappointed to only find our crew of rough, unkempt guys. The deputy put a lot of effort into the event, but it was basically for nothing. Only a few people chose to stay, and that really got to him.
Oh, it's kind of unfortunate.
Sorry to hear that. I'll be sure to bring him some great liquor next time. I left in a hurry and I couldn't make it back in time for the event.
I mean, on the other hand, do you really want people to join your crew if they're just there to get a look at Dehya, the celebrity?
Gotta admit, I can understand their disappointment, though. You're our brigade's main selling point, after all. Now, if only the deputy could figure out a way to bring a few more smoking hot members into our ranks.
Keep dreaming. Remember the last time I invited a couple gals into the brigade? You all just froze up with your mouths gaping like a bunch of scarecrows. The awkward silence and weird expressions left quite the impression on them.
Oh my
They were
god.
originally interested in joining us, but after that, they both told me they were too uncomfortable to stick around.
Understandable.
Hey, didn't we agree to never bring that up again?
Huh? Wait, are you serious? Why have I never heard about this?
I don't think you were part of the brigade yet.
Are you kidding me? I missed a once-in-a-lifetime moment like that and you weren't even gonna tell me?
All right. We can tell you about it later. Now's not the time.
Hey, don't you try to change the subject. You and Hisham get your butts over here and tell me everything right now.
He's walking away. Wow.
Are they always like this?
And it's a funny little scene, but I also feel like these people are kind of underscoring Dia's power because she's a super strong mercenary. I feel like they're kind of focusing on the wrong things here, and maybe that's why they're having a hard time getting people to join them, because the people who are serious about being a mercenary and who wouldn't be, you know, uninterested if Dia's specifically not there, aren't drawn in by their marketing tactics, shall we say? And the people who are just there to see Dehya aren't serious and they aren't strong and they leave when she's not there. So I can see why their ranks aren't growing, and also if their ranks were to grow, it probably wouldn't be with the most helpful people. Anyway, it just feels like they're focusing on the wrong thing.
More or less.
But at least Dehya is happy here.
There aren't many rules or graces when it comes to mercenaries. We're used to just speaking our minds. If someone starts getting under your skin, you just yell right back at them. And if that doesn't put an end to it, then you just challenge them to a fight. But we also don't tend to take many things too seriously.
Oh my god.
Being direct and getting it all out of your system as soon as things come up is better than keeping everything bottled up, never talking about it.
Running around in the background. They're still going.
That's also why I never spare their feelings when I talk to them. If I want to laugh, I'll laugh. If I'm angry, then I'll unload on them. It's hard to stop once you get used to it. Though, I can never do that when I'm with the Homayanis. Hey, knuckleheads! Can you at least tell me the rest of the intel before you go back to your bickering?
Yeah, you hear her, Holloff? Told you we gotta focus on the investigation first. I drew up a map. Right here is the spot. There you'll find the merchant caravan responsible for getting rid of Dehya al-Ahmar's looted goods.
I like this guy's delivery. He's good.
All you gotta do is wait and ambush them in the evening. They'll have no idea what hit them.
Perfect. Thanks for that. Be sure to pass my regards to everyone else in the brigade as well.
Will do. You stay safe, Dehya.
And I do like that it seems like they all genuinely care about each other. That's really sweet. Hello. I've already spoken to you. What do you sell? Caravan refund says, especially in giving adventurers a chance to resupply before venturing out into the desert. How's business? Besides a mysterious product called Ultra Supreme Survival... No. Ultra Supreme Survivor Bundle against Ultimate Sandstorm that occasionally takes on my business, I'm actually doing well. Is that a Dory thing? This reminds me of the Adventurers kits that she sold us. Luckily, the merchant who sells it is difficult to find and is rarely seen, so it doesn't really affect my income. Now that I think about it, I was right to abandon my plan to venture into the desert. With substantial risks comes substantial profit. But one should not be blinded by the benefit and to overlook the danger, don't you think? I can't buy anything from you?
I'll take two sumpter beasts with me when I go back to my hometown.
Wow, I wanted to buy something. Still, that's really funny. Watch over there. I'm going the wrong way. Are they approaching? Wow, over there? Oh, hi, Dehya. I'm kind of surprised. But I guess they're incoming to the desert. They're not in the desert yet. Or maybe they were leaving the desert. Who knows? Flower.
This should be the place. Let's find a spot to hide and bide our time.
Nice place to camp out for a day. Almost picnic-esque.
It's gonna come down to a fight one way or another, so let's all be careful.
No need to worry. She knows her way around a fight.
I'm not worried about that. What I meant is that we probably shouldn't go too hard on the enemy. After all, we still need to get information out of them.
Nice, Dehya. Oh wow, they're timing for me. Cool. Oh, got awfully quiet.
Ah, here they come. You ready?
Let's do this.
Let's not give them a chance to react and end this quickly.
Oh, I'm Dehya. Okay, I literally have Dehya. But it's been so long since I planned to build her and then haven't really built her yet that I don't really remember what she does. She does this. And... Okay. The Sanctum, what does it do? When you take damage, it then attacks. Gotcha. Resistance. And then when they get hit, she takes some of the damage. Yeah, okay. That's the thing that I remember because I kept killing her when she was low level. And I haven't used her since. Sorry, Dehya. Oh, nice. Wait, I'm gonna set these guys on fire. There they go.
By royal decree.
Alright, now let's be Dehya because she's nice and built. I don't need to do anything, do I? Oh, I'm taking damage. Literally, why am I taking damage? That's the thing I don't understand. I guess somebody must have taken damage. Nahida, maybe? Here, you can have Oz back. Pardon me. I guess Nahida took a hit? In the brief few seconds she was on the field? Maybe she got burning. But then how did she get the danger? I don't know what happened there.
You're... the Flame Bane.
Hi.
Good. That saves me an introduction. All right, time for a little talk. Are you buddies with Dehya al-Ahmar now? Tell me, what are they after?
What is that noise?
You know the code of being a mercenary just like everyone else. The first rule is to never divulge key information about our employer. What makes you think I'd talk?
That might have worked on an amateur, but I know you're just looking to protect your reputation. Think about it, though. What's your reputation worth if you won't have the other tools you need to succeed in this line of work? Tools like, I don't know, your limbs or eyes?
Dehya, wow.
You've got 5 seconds. You might want to think twice about how much your employer's information is worth to you.
Whoa!
It's alright, Paimon. She knows what she's doing.
I'm not joking around. We can do this the easy way or the painful way.
That Hades song just immediately got stuck in my head. It reminds me of that time she almost sacrificed her arm during the Archon quest.
2 seconds!
I'll save you the trouble.
Did he just stab himself? Bro?
Huh? Are you crazy?
Are you seriously going to die for these people?
He tried to bite off his own tongue. Quick, search the area for any first aid supplies.
Why are you so loyal to these guys? With Dehya's emergency treatment, the bleeding in Sitar's mouth is brought under control.
Definitely didn't expect him to go that far. Thankfully, the wound wasn't too deep, and he just passed out from the pain.
Dude.
But why would he be so extreme?
Does that point to some sort of ideological movement around all this that drew him in?
I just wanted to test his mettle. You can get a lot of mercenaries to talk just by threatening them. I didn't expect him to be willing to go through so much pain just to deny us some intel.
Well, he's out cold for now. We could wait for him to wake up, but maybe it's not a good idea to interrogate him any further. What should we do?
Yeah, don't worry about it. It'll be a waste of time to interrogate him again after that. He might just hurt himself again if we start asking. There are lots of goods around here. Let's search the area. Maybe we'll be able to find something. I'm really sorry.
Oh, wow. It was very nice of Dehya to apologize. Though I don't think he heard her. Sitar is not gravely injured and will probably wake up soon. It should be okay to leave him here for a little while. I kind of like the detail that he's face down. And presume we did that so he didn't choke on his own blood. Examine. There are some weapons in the boxes, as well as a bunch of medicine and bandages. It seems like Dakan al-Akmar is really up to no good. Oh. There are a lot of daily necessities like food and water in the boxes. It doesn't seem like there's anything noteworthy. Oh, here we go.
We found a piece of paper with a bunch of names on it. Maybe it's a record of something.
That sounds useful.
Let me take a look. If this really is a merchant caravan, they should have a record of their transactions. Yep. I see an entry for Dakan al-Akmar right here. Kusela, Idrisi, Bashar, and Takriti. All familiar names. Dakan al-Akmar has been trading for a hefty supply of food, weapons, and medicine. It seems that in the past, they used to receive some canned knowledge as well.
Oh.
This caravan is just one link in their logistics chain. Once in the rainforest, the caravan will exchange the looted goods for Mora, and the funds will then be passed to a specific person.
It's kind of cool to see that, you know, she mentioned that they used to get canned knowledge, and it's cool to see that it's implied that they don't get that anymore. And we've had a hand in sort of interrupting the canned knowledge distribution on, like, 2 parts. Not only because the Academia was destabilized during the Archon quest, but then also during Sino's story quest. Canned knowledge smuggling was interrupted. So it's just kind of, it's like, ooh, our impact.
That person will then pack the caravan full of necessary goods, which will then be brought right back to Dakan al-Akmar.
It's nice that we can see our previous events. It's really cool that we can see our previous actions having a continuing impact on the story as it goes into the future. You know, things that we did aren't just forgotten about.
Wait, why is there no Mora value recorded for the final transaction?
They did a trade?
No value?
Yeah. Every transaction before the last one was marked with an exact amount of Mora, but the final one, where they paid for everything to be brought back to the desert, was simply marked as delivered.
Maybe the Mora amounts just happen to cancel each other out. I'm worried that they're smuggling something here. Hopefully not people, is my concern.
But they couldn't have known how much they would make off selling the loot. Do they not care about profit margins at all? Anyway, the next part's the records of the goods themselves. There are a lot of entries. Everything was probably sourced from the rainforest.
Also, let's not ignore the fact that Dehya is holding this piece of paper. Impressive, Dehya. I'm wondering if that was recently added because people have recently gained the ability to hold things, or if she was holding this paper all along in her story quest, in which case, wow, Dehya, you're ahead of your time.
Huh?
Huh?
What's wrong?
What's wrong?
Shazaman Homayani?
Homayani? No, Dunyarzad's dad?
Homayani? You mean Dunyarzad's family?
The excellent cook?
Could it just be another family with the same last name?
I'd be surprised to find someone with the exact same first and last name. Shazamon Homayani is Dunyarzad's father, and the head of the Homayani family. Just what the heck is going on here?
Calm down, Dehya. Let's analyze the situation first.
I'm sorry, you're right. I'll consider what we found and not jump to conclusions just yet. But what this piece of paper confirms is that the Homayani family has been providing goods to Dakan al-Akmar.
Oh no. Why? I hope it doesn't have anything to do with Dehya.
What if the Homayanis have been kept in the dark and don't know they've been trading with Dakan al-Akmar?
That's a possibility, but if that was the case, why is this caravan specifically named Shazamon as their person of contact? They could have just as easily bought goods such as food and medicine directly from Caravan Ribat or Port Ormos.
If Shazamon was actually aware of this, then perhaps he's been supplying the brigade's operations this entire time. Don't tell me they're not working for him, are they?
Yeah, funding violence and looting. The brigade gets the goods, and he is paid the proceeds from the sale of the loot.
But why would he do something like this? It's not like the Homayanis are in need of money.
Unless this is how they were getting their money all along.
I honestly have no idea. I've been to their estate many times, and I've never noticed anything suspicious. The only potentially large expenditure I could think of would be the treatment costs for Dunyarzad's Elazar. Maybe they borrowed a lot of Mora in the past?
That's what I was thinking, like maybe he was doing this out of desperation in order to get his hands on medicine. But she doesn't have Elazar anymore, so he doesn't need that anymore. But she brings up a good point. Maybe he's in debt because of how much he was spending on her treatment in the past.
But that's still just a speculation. I don't think the master would stoop so low to make Mora.
And if he just needs to repay his debt, then he doesn't need to be so desperate about it, you know? Just repay it over time, theoretically. I don't think Dunyarzad knows anything about this either.
You're probably right. I know my lady's personality, and she wouldn't deliberately keep something like this from us.
But what should we do now? All we found is just another mystery.
If we want to get to the bottom of this, we won't be able to turn back.
If you ask me, we already have no choice but to confront her about this. I'm not worried. It's too early to make a verdict yet. I still have faith in the Homayanis. Let's go find my lady again. We'll tell her everything and see if she's willing to lend us her support. If we're lucky, we can not only figure out the mystery of this paper, but also follow the trail of breadcrumbs to the people responsible at Dakan al-Akmar.
Dehya, are you sure this is the best decision? What if instead of getting the help we need, we just end up revealing everything we've discovered to the enemy?
Well, okay. I trust Dunyarzad 100%. I don't think she knows anything about this, so I think it's okay to tell her. The concern then is, do you think she'll confront her father immediately? I think she's smarter than that. I think she would be able to think of a better plan than just immediately confronting him. On the other hand, I'm interested to see if we'll get to see the Homayani's estate. We'll probably be meeting him, at least.
I've considered that possibility. But even still, I want to tell her what we found. I think I owe her that much. True friendship is built on trust.
Yeah, we can't not tell her.
She showed genuine concern for me when we first brought up the topic. I can't repay her kindness with doubt and suspicion. That's not how I deal with people.
You're right. Paimon wants to trust Dunyarzad too.
I hope we'll be of help to her.
Yeah. Let's pay another visit to Sumeru City.
Quick question though. What are we gonna do with that guy? We can't just leave him here. We're just gonna leave him here? Oh, Sitara's not gravely injured and will probably wake up soon. It should be okay to leave him here for a little while. I mean, okay, if the game is literally telling me just leave him there. Bye, I guess. Where's that scroll? I never remember which one's quest items. This one? Yes. Scroll. There it is. Accounts obtained from your target caravan. The information in it relates mostly to Dakan al-Akmar. Apart from the large amount of data and information on the movement of loot, the fact that Dunyarzad's father is named is quite concerning. You don't say. Ooh, my Mora went up. I had about like 2.8, 2.9 million this morning. Now I've got 3 million. Wow. Working with Dehya is apparently quite lucrative indeed. It's funny because no one's paying us for this job. Oh my god! I know this house now! And look, this really is... This is not the Holmayani estate. I'm guessing this is like where Dehya stays, because that's where we saw her little training dummy that one time.
We're back, my lady.
Hi!
Oh, you're back a lot sooner than I expected. You mustn't have run into any trouble then. Well, how did it go? What did you come up with?
Well, about that.
Actually, we're still investigating. It's just that we've discovered something strange.
I see. The clues you found have led you back here, in the city?
She's smart. She's picking up some of the implications immediately.
Something like that. Yeah.
You all look a little dispirited. Whatever you found must not have been very encouraging after all. Why don't you discuss it with me? Maybe I'll be able to say something to cheer you up?
Oh dear.
It's okay, my lady. It's not so much about me being upset with my father or anything like that. How should I put this?
You're about to be upset with yours. Haha.
So something is wrong. Even the Traveler and Paimon have been uncharacteristically quiet.
If you're having a hard time breaking the news, Dehya, we can do it.
On any other day, Paimon would have already waved to me with a smile and shouted, "Dunyarzad, we're back!"
That is just like her.
So tell me, what happened?
Well?
My lady, please prepare yourself for what we're going to tell you next. It concerns the Master.
The Master? You mean my father? Okay, I understand. Don't worry about me. I'll listen as attentively as I can.
Dunyarzad, you're amazing. She's so open-minded. She's so willing to face the facts unflinchingly. Dehya manages to explain the results of the investigation.
My father has been supplying goods to Dakan al-Akmar?
Do you know why he might have been doing so?
Yeah, it makes as little sense to us as it does to you. I've never doubted the Master's integrity, so I'm having a real hard time rationalizing how he could ever support an infamous brigade like them. Maybe he's not actually aware of the full story and just stumbled into the deal by accident.
That feels unlikely, though.
I can't help but agree with the Traveler.
Huh? You mean you feel the same way, Dunyarzad?
Thank you for sharing all this information with me. Since you've told me everything you know, I should also tell you about some doubts that I've been harboring for quite a while.
Oh, wow.
In the past, I thought that my father hired a bodyguard for me so that I wouldn't run away and get lost.
No. Dehya? What? No. Did he really hire her to make sure Dunyarzad didn't notice anything weird? Like...
However, there are plenty of capable mercenaries in the Corps of 30. Why did my father go out of his way to hire Dehya?
Oh my god, did he hire her to keep an eye on her? For her father? What?
About that. Well, the Homayanis really needed bodyguards, so they reached out to the Blazing Beasts. Later, the Master told me that I was one of the best mercenaries he'd ever seen, and that I should stick around to become one of his bodyguards.
I mean, if this was deliberately a choice to pick Dehya, he did it very cleverly. It sounds like he hired a couple of them to begin with, and then approached Dehya saying, "Hey, I was super impressed with you particularly. Would you be willing to stick around for an extended job?"
He offered me a pile of mora, so I just signed on.
Well, but that didn't really answer my question. Just think about it. Why did my father specifically reach out to the Blazing Beasts?
Exactly.
Maybe the Corps of 30 just didn't have anyone available, or maybe someone recommended us. I've never given it too much thought.
But it sounds like there's dozens of brigades out there. Why hers specifically? Especially because it seems like they don't really have that strong of a reputation except for her.
I think I get what you're saying. You'd think none of this was a coincidence.
The dramatic zoom in.
Precisely. At first glance, nothing seems strange or out of place. But there are many parts of the story that don't actually make any sense.
And this is delightful, because, you know, speaking of how wonderful it is that our past efforts are acknowledged as the story continues on. You know, they don't happen in isolation. This means that a lot of what we experienced during the Archon quest has kind of a deeper feeling to it, because we met Dunyarzad and Dehya when they were during the Archon quest, when she was her bodyguard. And it was that whole time, whatever plan is going on behind the scenes here, whatever plan is going on here was happening actively back then as well. That's so cool. It's like, instead of something we do having impacts into the future, this is something in the future revealing something about the past. I don't know. I just think it's so wonderful to have that time consistency.
If my father had always been in contact with Dekan al-Akmar, then it would make sense for him to bring Dehya into our house.
And he's always inviting her to stay, isn't he?
You mean the goal all along was to get Dehya to be your bodyguard?
I think it's to keep an eye on her.
No, that's too much of a stretch. I cut all ties with my father a long time ago. He has no control over my life anymore.
Oh, she's gonna hate it if it's revealed that he kind of did, actually.
But that still doesn't rule out the possibility that your father has still been trying to influence your life without you knowing.
Oh my god, what is he? Why?
So, the Master was not likely an innocent victim in all of this?
That's what things are looking like at this point.
Sorry we put all this on you so suddenly, Dunyarzad.
It's okay, Paimon. I should actually be thanking you. Regardless of his reasons, if my father has truly been funding a violent group of mercenaries, then it's my duty to bring him back to reason.
But is that really the right thing to do? My father has committed many atrocities and deserves all the punishment that he has coming to him. I have zero sympathy for him. You may call me an ungrateful child, but my feelings will remain the same. However, the Homayani family has treated me with nothing but generosity and kindness. If we decide to investigate this further, we could end up implicating the entire Homayani family. I would be biting the hand that's fed me over all these years.
Dehya.
It's all right, Dehya. If anyone were to ask, you could always just say that I'm the one who instructed you to get to the bottom of this.
This is super interesting because, I mean, of course it's Dehya's story quest, so we're here to learn more about Dehya. But it's that code of ethics that she has, or that code of morals that she has that I mentioned briefly earlier, where, you know, she has her own rules that she abides by, because, you know, she's describing how the mercenary world runs by its own rules, and the rule of law is mostly mora, with a little bit of probably loyalty to your brigade, which is why, you know, the Dekan al-Akmar attacking their own is quite scandalous. But for her personally, we've seen that, you know, she likes the mercenary lifestyle and working for Mora and not getting too attached between different jobs, except for Dunyarzad, because everyone loves Dunyarzad. But she's revealing here that her, you know, before she was very judgmental of Dekan al-Akmar for their actions and whatnot. But and so it's great. And so she revealed that she has a strong moral compass herself. But now here we realize that her own sense of loyalty and her sense of gratitude to the people around her is actually stronger than that moral compass, or at least a strong component of it. Because she doesn't want to turn on these people who have been so kind to her, even though they are doing something that she knows is wrong. That's fascinating. I love that they did that, because it adds more complexity and nuance to her character. It makes her her, instead of just a generic, oh, we must always do what is right type of character.
You don't have to do that, my lady. I'm not conflicted because I'm afraid of taking responsibility. Besides, you're the one we should all be worried about right now.
Hey, it's still too early to give up hope. What was the thing about friendship again?
True friendship is built on trust.
Right, yeah, trust! You said that yourself, Dehya. Besides, there's no point on getting all riled up before we've confirmed all the facts.
If your trust hasn't been misplaced, then he probably has many conflicting feelings as well.
Thank you, everyone. That makes a lot of sense. I guess I should always remember the trust that I've placed in people.
There it is. It's the people that she trusts. when she finds reason to doubt them, she immediately becomes very conflicted. Because I suppose when she's decided to trust you, she trusts you 100%.
In which case, my lady, could you ask the master to come out and have a chat with us?
Sure thing. I also hope he'll be able to give us a logical explanation. Let's meet at the usual place then.
Bizarre?
Usual place? Ah, right.
Or the place from the Archon quest, that one little, like, landing where we always ran into Dunyarzad. So is this Dia's house? No, she usually stays with the Homayanis. I'm perplexed. I'm going in the right direction, but is it up or down? Oh, it's over there. Well, we're going to teleport then. Oh, thank God. It's the quest.
Thank you for coming, sir.
Oh, there he is!
Please allow me to introduce these two. This is the Traveler, and next to her is her travel companion, Paimon.
Wow, she's being so formal, so polite.
Ah, yes, my daughter has mentioned them from time to time. It's a privilege to finally meet them in person. But we may skip all the pleasantries for now. What is the important matter you wish to discuss with me today?
Well, we wanted to bring this transaction record to your attention. There's something on this record that we're all pretty curious about.
I'm so invested. I cannot wait to see how this man will react. I have no idea how he's going to react. I think he's going to be shocked a little bit. I think he is going to stop trying to deny it very quickly. Dehya explains the situation to Shajdaman.
So, that's what you found? Huh. Seems like I can't keep everything from you much longer.
Yep, he's not going to try to deny it for long.
If you wouldn't mind, we'd like an explanation.
Well, it's a long and difficult story. And to be perfectly honest, I'm not sure if I'm doing the right thing.
Oh, this is fantastic. We're seeing that Dia's trust was not ill-founded. He's just straight up telling them. They asked him nicely and he's just... Wow!
What I do know, though, Dehya, is that the truth will bring you no solace. If anything, it will likely cause you a great amount of anguish.
And this doesn't feel like he's trying to manipulate her at all. He seems like a really nice guy.
Wait, me?
Yes, I understand perfectly why you came to see me. And I am touched by your collective commitment to do the right thing. But knowledge always comes at a price. And sometimes, as they say, ignorance is bliss. Your father, Kusela, and I both believed that.
What?
Of course, you have the right to seek and learn the truth, but I must warn you.
Okay, so initially I was thinking Kusela was up to something to do with Dehya. And how do you say this guy's name? Shahzaman? Shahzaman was going along with it with his doubts, but because he felt that in this moment it was the right thing to do. Either because Dehya's father was dangerous and he's like, you know, if he doesn't get his way in this angle, he'll just try something else, or he could see how it was benefiting Dehya. Basically, he was in it sort of to keep the peace, kind of to do what he could to protect Dehya, and or because he thought, you know, the benefits outweighed the risks, I guess. But I thought that Shahzaman wouldn't be, like, ideologically aligned with, what is his name? What is this guy's name? Kusela. I thought that he wouldn't really agree with what he was doing. He was just going along with it for some reason. You know, keep your enemies close type of idea. But it seems like he actually knows much more than I thought. And he was, though he was conflicted, he is actually on board. So what is it? What's going on?
This matter may reduce everything you've built for yourself into sand, blowing in the wind.
Do you think it has something to do with her reputation as an eremite? Anything to do with her mother? Anything to do with her life?
If you must proceed, then Kusela's heartfelt efforts will also fade into the wind like a fleeting mirage.
Kusela's heartfelt efforts? When they've been, like, attacking and, like, brutalizing people? What?
His heartfelt efforts? I'm sorry, sir, but I'm not sure I follow. I've made it this far in life without a single drop of my father's support.
And that's not true, is it? She's about to have that revealed.
I have my own ideals and ways of looking at the world, as well as people and causes that I've chosen to cherish and fight for. None of these things have anything to do with him.
Uh-oh.
I came here today to support you as the head of the Homiyani family. No warning will change my stance on that.
I understand. Then let me tell you a little story.
I'm fascinated.
Our family once needed to take a trip to the desert when Dunyarzad was just a baby. Along the way, we were attacked by bandits. They had superior numbers and quickly overpowered our bodyguards. When all seemed lost, a group of passerby Eremites lent us their support.
And it was Dekan al-Akmar, wasn't it?
Those Eremites were Kusela's brigade, Dekan al-Ahmar.
Yep.
Kusela's men told me that the attackers were Eremite mercenaries, just like themselves. I was shocked. Why would Dekan al-Ahmar go so far to save us and not spare the fellow Eremites? Kusela was grinning and walked over to play with baby Dunyarzad. She was startled by his unfamiliar face and nearly started crying.
Really? I never knew.
He said that he had no particular reason to help us. He just took pity on us because he had a daughter about the same age.
Uh-huh.
We started talking about our children, and I sensed that he was a devoted father.
Interesting.
To repay his kindness, I hired his brigade to help out at our estate for a time, and offered everyone generous remuneration.
And that could be how their business dealings started.
So, that's what happened.
It was many years before I saw him again.
Oh, did we get to see
I
him?
almost didn't recognize him the next time he came knocking on my door.
Oh, was that him?
The man I knew to be strong and healthy had been reduced to a shell of himself. He couldn't even walk anymore without his cane.
So, what happened to him? He was perfectly fine when I left the brigade.
I'm not too sure myself. The only thing that didn't change was his cheery disposition. He said there was absolutely nothing to worry about and that he had gotten into a fight. That was all.
You don't suppose it was a fight with Dehya, do you? She said that they had an argument before she left, but if it was an Eremite version of an argument, do you suppose that was a fight?
He then suddenly asked me if Dunyarzad, now that she had grown, would need a bodyguard of her own.
Or possibly he's made an enemy, and he's worried that the enemy would go after Dehya for being his daughter, and so he wanted her, away from the desert, in a safe position.
At the time, Dunyarzad was going through a particularly severe bout of her Elazar. There was no need for her to have a bodyguard when she could barely leave the house. But he kept coming back to the topic. Come on, it never hurts to be safe. How do you know a bodyguard won't come in handy one day? I was completely lost at first, until he recommended the Blazing Beasts, and in particular, a mercenary named Dehya.
So he was the one who recommended Dehya to you.
This also means that he kept tabs on her the entire time that she was gone. He knew exactly where she was and how to hire her.
Indeed. He didn't say it out loud, but it was clear that he saw Deshret's relics as an evil group who would eventually corrupt every member in their ranks.
So why didn't he leave? Probably because he knew that if he tried to leave, they would hunt him down, maybe? But it's just, what is he trying to do then? I guess he's trying to destroy it from the inside out? Maybe he's trying to get the rest of the Eremite world to turn on them and shut them down.
He was already beyond redemption, but he hoped that he would be able to detach his daughter from the vicious world of mercenary life.
Well, she likes it, though.
If Dehya could stay in my house and keep working as a bodyguard, then gradually her affinity for the desert would decrease, and she'd be able to leave her previous life behind.
And that's why you offered her such generous compensation?
Yes, but not just because of that. From the moment that he asked me for that favor, I also began to see Dehya as my own daughter. And that's also why I tried to persuade you to stay when you asked for permission to leave. I was willing to spend however much it took. Kusela saved my daughter and me all those years ago in the desert. I could never refuse him entrusting his daughter to me.
He was always like that, acting like he's oh so smart and self-righteous.
Kusela said that he'd reimburse me for a portion of Dehya's fees. I refused to take any mora from him, but he'd always send me funds anyway.
Interesting.
Eventually, I just accepted them as a token of his gratitude. And that went on for a while until I received another letter from him a few years ago. The letter contained a request to help him buy food, weapons, medicine, and even explosive materials.
Do you think that maybe he wasn't the one sending the letter? It was forged?
Wait! Isn't that around the time that Decano Akhmar started becoming more aggressive?
That's right. When I started to hear some nasty rumors, I became wary. I wanted to meet him face to face to discuss things. But by then, he was no longer receptive to my requests to talk. If I had to guess, it's probably because he doesn't want to put Dehya at risk.
But by that same token, he should have also stopped asking you for materials.
That thought occurred to me as well. I figured that he probably came to me for help because he had nobody else to turn to.
Do you suppose he's long since been a prisoner of his own brigade?
After some deliberation, I decided to send him some food and medicine. I turned down all his requests for explosives and weaponry. I am aware that even such a reduced gesture of support could lead to others coming to harm, but I could not simply reject his plea for help.
Okay, so that's what it is. It's not that they were colluding behind the scenes around something to do with Dehya. It's more like their collusion to do with Dehya is over and done with. It's already happened. She's part of the household and that's like settled. And I mean, she's trying to leave and all that, but it's like they're not in constant negotiations over what they're going to do about the Dehya problem. It's like they've agreed what they're going to do about Dehya. And they're just working on that. But, so what's happening now is a new development that is the request for supplies. And that's what he's conflicted about, because he doesn't know, like, why these requests are coming through or what to do about them. I think it's an imposter. I don't think it's him. I suppose the handwriting would be the giveaway here, because he's writing letters to him, but he could be a prisoner. He could be being forced to write these letters. I'd be surprised if he didn't try to sneak a secret message in there, though. We should show the letters to Dehya, see what she thinks. But yeah, so why does he need all those supplies? On one hand, if it is him writing those letters, he could be trying to destroy his own brigade. You know, blow everyone up, I guess. But I don't know, I feel like there's a little bit of information we're still missing.
In the end, it probably was the wrong decision. I plugged my ears to the rumors and just chose a solution that made me feel least guilty about myself.
If you can, please tell me where he is now. None of the things he's doing right now make any sense if he's just trying to keep me from getting tangled up in his world.
Exactly.
If all he wants to do is steer clear of me, then maybe he shouldn't have brought me into this world in the first place.
Oh no. Dehya, please don't feel that way.
It's understandable because her relationship with her father is really bad, but she's seeing it less as I want to protect Dehya and more as I want to get rid of Dehya.
I'm just angry because I can't wrap my head around any of his actions.
Maybe there's another way of looking at all of this. Can you try to believe in him? Just one more time?
Another way? I don't know. I knew him and he was nothing more than a childish brute. I can't understand what's going through his head. But I guess you do have a point. We haven't uncovered the whole truth yet. We still need to figure out his exact actions and reasoning for these last few years.
I'll do my best to help. Of course, anything between the two of you would need to be resolved between you and him alone. I don't know Kusela's exact whereabouts. Outside of supplying his brigade with some goods, I tried my best to avoid getting involved any further with him. However, there's a man on the list named Jawed. He used to be a mercenary in the desert and is now a member of the Corps of 30.
And his name is Blue.
He's responsible for supplying weapons and liaising with the Deccan al-Akhmar's merchant caravan. I think he should know Kusela's whereabouts. I've heard that he likes to have a few drinks alone and enjoy the cool wind at night outside the tavern. Maybe you'll be able to find him there.
Indeed.
Understood. Thank you, sir. Then I guess this is bye for now, unless...
I'll stay and be with my father here. To be honest, I'm still a little dazed and haven't finished processing everything quite yet. My father has indeed done something wrong, but if I think about it, I'm also not sure if there was a right way to handle this problem. I feel like our only course of action is to turn everything we know over to the Core of 30 and let them render judgment.
Yes. I am prepared to accept whatever verdict they choose. It's time to face my mistakes.
Wow. Yeah, their family could see some serious repercussions for helping out, even as little as they did. Okay. I'm guessing this is the tavern they mean, so let's just go ahead and switch on over to a nighttime. What counts as night? Do you suppose this? Probably, yeah. That's very night, isn't it? Anything to say, Paimon, before I start moving? Nope, great. Where is he?
Everyone hold hands.
Is it him?
That's the good stuff. Nothing tastes better.
I love that. Using her to find people I can talk to. Hi. Hi. Oh, you're Core of 30. Oh, that's interesting.
Who are you guys?
I know what you've been up to. Smuggling weapons to violent brigades in the desert while working for the Corps? Pretty bold, if you ask me.
Shh. Keep your voice down. How do you know all that? Come with me. We should take this elsewhere. I'll be happy to talk things over once we're somewhere private.
It's interesting that he's in the Core of 30. Do you think this will affect the Corps' judgment of the events? They might need to be lighter on the Homayanis because one of their own people was implicated.
This place should do. Alright. Back to my question. How did you all know about me?
We won't give up the name of our source.
Don't worry about that for now. You know what kind of punishment you'll face once we report you to the Corps, I assume.
Wait. There's no need to jump the gun. Let's talk this out. What are your terms?
Mercenaries?
So what's in it for you anyway, Mora?
Well, I was a little tight on money at the time, and Kusela took good care of me in the past. I waited in my mind, and I couldn't find a reason to turn the opportunity down. I wouldn't only be helping my benefactor, but I could also make some quick mora.
So funnily enough, Kusela's had... It seems like he has a history of just being kind to people and helping them out, so they want to repay him in the future.
Let me tell you how it is. We're investigating Khan al-Akmar, and we're gonna put an end to their operations. If you provide some help for us, then we might just put in a good word later to reduce the terms of your punishment.
Hey, why don't we discuss this a little first? Listen, I made quite a bit of more from my last run. Just give me a number, and I'm sure we can...
Shut it. My patience is running out. You should know when a mercenary is after something other than money.
All right, sheesh.
Wow.
But you gotta promise you'll put in some nice words for me later.
You said money, not Mora. That was almost startling.
They're always on the move. Here's the spot they were at the last time I made my delivery to the desert. Feel free to go have a look. I'm just telling you though, it's not on me if they're not there anymore.
So how do you find them when it's time to meet up next?
Sure. And then you can forget about any nice words from us.
Hey, come on. Now you're just being unreasonable.
Really? And how do I know you're not leading us straight into a trap? Don't forget, you're the one with no bargaining chips.
All right, I get it. Why don't you go take a look, and if they're not there anymore, I'll try to figure out something else for y'all.
And we expect you to believe that you're not just gonna run away while we're gone.
Now that's more like it. Let's move.
Apparently.
And as for you, try to stick around the city until we get back. You don't want us to call the folks from the Corps and have them drag you back to the city.
Oh, there we go.
Don't worry. I'm not going anywhere.
He knows that so long as we can come back and find him if we need him again, we might still put in those good words for him. Meanwhile, if we have to tell the Corps to go hunt him down, the words we tell the Corps will probably not be nice.
Just my luck. How did I get caught by her of all people?
He's just that good. Alrighty. Where is it? Whoa! Oh no! I don't have this thing! I'm thinking I would want to go here, but this looks like a big cliff. I don't know if I can get around. Okay, we'll go here. We'll run all the way down, get that teleporter, and then make our way back up. And that means we're going to be running it straight through Fatui camp. I'm sure they won't mind. Wow! So pretty. Alright, actually we don't need to navigate because our little beacon will help us out. There's that building. Okay, so it's not as far as it looks like on the map. That's good. Challenge over there. Ooh. Doorway? I want to open it. I'm so tempted to open it. Is that... It's an oasis, but not one I've been to, I don't think. There's a Celia over there. Bunch of eremites. Look, if you ignore me, I'll ignore you. Doesn't that sound like a great deal? What's this do? Oh my god, whoa, they can literally see me. Huh? Am I supposed to be sneaking? Speak the password and the path will open. Password. Oh, come on. No one's going to set up such a simple password. The words on this gate aren't it either. See, it didn't respond. Guess we need to figure out what the password is before we can get in. Why don't we listen in on some of the eremites nearby? They might have some clues for us. That is super cool. Uh-oh. That's so cool! Another sneaking game! Okay, let's mark this place. We'll come back for it later. We'll do this. Eremites with a door. So we've gotta sneak around. Get back up the hill. Wow! Those stars. Amazing. I love them so much. Oh, hello! Hi, little scorpion. Where is it? No! Don't notice me! Why can't you be like the eremites? Oh, look at the little mushrooms! It's over here? Is that it up there? Sure is. Okay, great. Quick pit stop to get this Oculus. Ooh. This is gonna be barrels, isn't it? I can do some barrels. Hope you notice the Oculus too if you can't find it. Yay!
Destiny has
brought you hither. I knew it was gonna be that one. I couldn't remember the line, but my brain was just thinking hither. It's gonna be the hither line. And it was. Yay! The chest over there. Let us go this way, actually. There's that Fatui camp. We know we need to go... Oh! Right into the tree. We know we need to go around the Fatui camp. Don't notice me, please. Yeah. I want to get up to there.
Another problem.
Ooh, that's a new line. To get out of the range of combat. Hey, investigate. Nice. Boink. Okay. Oh, shoot, we're really close to our quest marker. I don't want to be this close to that quest marker. Hey, there's a teleporter. Great. Where I want to go. Are those the eremites of our quest, maybe? Hi, Sealy. Hello, Tumbleweed. Hey, I got an egg. Running. We're so close. Come on. Frank. Great, got it. Okay. Ooh. There's gotta be something over here. There's gotta be something at the edge of the map, you know? Hey, buddy. Are you guarding a chest or something? And we're probably about to go into battle at some point. I should be careful.
I see everything. Wings of darkness. Scatter.
Sever light from day.
Everyone hold hands.
Leave action show. Almost. There it goes. Good job, buddy. Wow, I'm surprised that didn't do it. There we go. Everybody healed? Everybody's fine. Alright. I just want to investigate this way. Is there really nothing on the other side of this path? Am I just going to turn us around? Hey, investigate! Yay! My curiosity has been rewarded. 20,000 mora. Nice. I want to go out into the great beyond. Please, Paimon. Look, there's the water. Never mind. Sandstorm said go away. Wasn't even Paimon this time, just a sandstorm. Oh, very spooky sandstorm. Oh, look at the red storm. Oh, is it building over there? Oh, that's gotta be Natlan. Wait, if I go up high enough, do you think I could see Natlan from here? I mean, obviously we can see some of Natlan, but like more of Natlan, you know? How? So we're looking... Wow. We're looking here. We're looking right over one of the dunes. I guess there's one. Super cool. We'll get there one day. Presumably. Hi, Sealy. Oh, we're going that way? Down to go that way. Always wait a little bit, just make sure the Sealy is moving still and I don't have to backtrack. Great. Ooh, what are these? What are these? The little mushrooms? Little mushroom guys? I see your court. We're even higher up. Ah. I wonder what happened to those mountains. Kind of looks like there were mountains and then the mountains got a little bit destroyed. Hey, a challenge up there. Yay! Thank you.
Is this an answer from this world?
You think?
No, my sword!
Oh wait, shoot, I didn't mean to do that. Ah, well, I already did it. Unfortunate. I'm trying to get the drops. Well. Got most of them. Holy cow, Nita. How did you even do that? Oh my god. More little guys. We will leave them alone. I wonder if there's an Oculus way out here. This is fighting, isn't it? Okay, I'm down for a little fighting. This is the Dehya story quest after all. Wow, there's Larua! Do you think we could see Mondstadt from here? Oh, Celestia! Wow. You know, I noticed a feeling like I'm getting closer to it, but I think this is the first time I feel like I've gotten farther away. It looks so far away. Still at the angle that Samara gets, though. There's that one sandstorm. There's Fontaine. I'm guessing that must be Mondstadt over there. Actually, no, that might be Chenyu Vale. There's a little bit of the chasm right there. Wow, I think we actually can't see Mondstadt from here. That's Samara City right there, isn't it? The big tree? I think so. Wow.
You are not
Oh, goodness me. Hi, guys. Just let that guy do his thing while we get everybody else set up. And there I was just saying, you know what? We should probably try to make sure we don't get too hurt before the battle we're might be about to go into with Dehya. Sorry. Sorry. We're almost done here. Yep, we're good. You got the hyper blooms, Oz? Thank you, Oz. They won't hurt us. These blooms are so dangerous these days, I swear.
Destiny has brought me hither.
Sunrise! It's beautiful! Wow! What is that? Oh, Guyun Stone Forest. So Inazuma? Where's Inazuma? That's not Inazuma, is it? No. Is it? Because there's Larua. That must be Port Ormos right there. Wow. That is incredible. Okay, so what is that? If we're facing it. Oh my god, that must be Inazuma. That's what? Tatsumi Island. You're kidding me. Wow, it's like... Where is Guyun then? Do you suppose it's like this little thing over here? That's incredible. We're so far away. It almost looks close to Larua, but it's very much not. Goodness me, that's gorgeous. Alright, let's go get back on track. These hills are amazing. Oh, I knew it. I knew there'd be an Oculus around here. Found you, buddy. Ah, we're too short. Excuse me, little bird friend. Please don't kill me. I just need to borrow this branch that you're so helpfully on. Thank you. Also, this song. It's either one I don't hear a lot, or it's another new one, which makes me very happy. What is that? Is that, barrels again? I kind of wouldn't mind doing more barrels. And this is where we need to go anyways. I wonder if they'll let me do the challenge. Yay. These mercenaries just watching me blow up these barrels and then I walk over to talk with them. Priorities are a little off. Alright, I don't think I'll be able to get this chest, but we'll try. Oh, nice, we did it.
I'll keep this close.
Alright guys, where are you? Oh, over there! We were like 3 steps away.
Seems like we're in luck. That should be their camp right up ahead. Let's go. We'll finally get to the bottom of this ourselves.
Yay!
I'm here to see Kusela. Tell him to get out here.
Oh, Tikriti's here.
Why are you here?
She's been recognized. A little bit of this. Yep, there goes Nahida taking damage. She ran through the fire. So my guess is Dehya's about to take that damage. Nope, she's still good actually. It's really interesting that it comes through as normal damage, you know? When she... Oh, whoa! Wait, what is she on? What's this weapon? Beacon of the Red Sea. Oh, she gets a signature weapon? That's super cool. I wasn't sure if the standard bannered characters got signature weapons. Like, I know that Diluc has one, right? Oh, such cool attack patterns. But I wasn't sure if everybody did. Oh, that was super cool! Oh, you must be Tikriti. Here you go, buddy. You can have that then. And a little bit of that. Just our way of saying hello. I'm sure as an Eremite,
Done enough.
you understand. Oh, they're all here.
So are you also here to stop us?
Also here to stop you?
Stay out of this. It's got nothing to do with you.
Haha, surprising. Okay, Dehya? Thank you kindly. Ah, nice going, team. I love fighting with 5 characters. Very satisfying. Oh, and we're done here? We are.
She's so strong.
Oh, look at all the guys!
Enough fighting. We all know each other, and I don't want to take things too far. Just bring Kusela to me. There's no use hiding him anymore.
Where is he? Is he dead?
Did you understand a single word I just said? Or do I need to bash your skull in some more?
All right, everyone, let's all just calm down for a second.
Is he ill?
Dehya, the boss can't come out and see you anymore. He died a long time ago.
I knew it! So the letters were never from him. But then, why would these guys be acting so weirdly? Why would they be asking for all those weapons and then attacking people?
What?
Seems like you've been out of the loop for a while. Guess that's for the best, though. At least, that's what the old man wanted.
When did he die? What happened to him?
A few years ago, Kusela broke up Dakan al-Ahmar and went to the Deshret's Relics headquarters by himself.
So is that when you guys started acting up?
We would prefer to call it taking revenge. Every last person in Deshret's Relics must pay in blood for what they did.
Oh, so probably because they killed him. And so that's why they're attacking Deshret's relics. Oh, so that's why they all turned on each other. It was motivated by revenge.
Let me start from the beginning. Dehya, do you know how the head of the relics maintained order internally?
Overwhelming strength and unquestionable authority?
Those were a part of it, yes. But just those on their own weren't enough. They had another tool at their disposal. They called it a person's record.
Oh, wait. This has the potential to get really interesting.
Regardless of whether they joined by their own will or were coerced, every person in Deshret's relics was forced to leave a record of themselves at headquarters. Whether it be their deepest sin, some unforgivable act, or their most immoral exploit, the record served both as a symbol of loyalty and the perfect material for blackmail.
So you mean, Kusela thought there was no escaping the records?
That's precisely it. Every one of us have a record. Me, Bashar, Tikriti, and all the boys who grew up with Dehya and ended up joining our ranks. But you, Dehya, you were never asked to provide a record, were you?
I never even knew this was a requirement.
You were probably the only person in all of Deshret's relics who didn't know about it.
Ever since you were born, Boss had been trying to shield you from this organization's sinister rules. Not only that, but he also banned all of us from committing any nefarious acts. He said he'd take care of the dues we had to pay regularly to headquarters. But in the end, he was just an ordinary person. What could he do? He was forced to go to headquarters again and again to account for missed dues and incomplete records. He'd come up with all kinds of excuses and get beaten up as a result.
We all knew he was doing that for you. He wanted to get you out of this world, no matter what it took.
And that's why he became a shell of himself and couldn't walk without a cane.
Wait, but that doesn't make any sense. I didn't know about any of this, and I'd never seen him get injured or beaten.
Because you were too young at the time. How would you ever tell between wounds from a beating and wounds from battle? When you left home after that final argument with him, he seemed to age by a decade overnight. Even his hair went gray.
So even the blazing beasts were...
Yep. It was all his doing. Had he not arranged them to come to you, you probably would have been reduced to a pulp before you ever left the desert.
I wish we knew how she met the blazing beasts originally. This might make a little bit more... We'd have a little bit more of the details to fill in here. Oh, here we go.
A few years ago, Boss said he needed to make another trip to headquarters. He was already pretty weak then, and we all assumed he was going to get beaten again.
That's a beautiful shot.
I suggested that he hand the role of leadership over to me, but he said there was no longer any need, since the Khan al-Ahmar would soon be no more. His words made no sense to me, but that night, we heard that a massive fire tore through headquarters and razed everyone's records to ash.
Everyone gained their freedom that night. Many members fled, not just from our ranks, but from the other brigades as well. But how could we leave with a clear conscience? All of us who knew exactly what had happened.
He probably didn't make it out of that fire himself, did he?
The boss can't have just died for nothing. Those heartless jerks at headquarters took him from us.
From that point on, the sole purpose of the Khan al-Ahmar became revenge.
Then why are they attacking innocent people?
The big fire that Boss started was quite a blow to headquarters' strength. It's given us the opportunity to launch our attack. Even though we're outnumbered, we vowed to see our revenge through to the very end.
But Deshret's relics haven't been the only victims of your revenge.
There were people from headquarters who changed their names and went into hiding. Some fled to other brigades, and others escaped to the rainforest. But we won't let any of them escape our wrath. They'll all pay for what they've done.
We've suffered plenty of losses as well. To keep going, we need an enormous amount of supplies, from food and medicine to weaponry and explosives.
That explains everything. They reached out to the Homayanis using, what is his name? Kusela's name.
All we can do is exchange our loot from Mora, and then use that to get supplies. We forged Boss's handwriting and sent out many letters to his former friends. Thankfully, many people were willing to come to our aid.
And that habit of his of treating people kindly, earning him many friends in the end.
We were also able to attract many mercenaries who shared our goal. We've endured unspeakable pain to win many impossible battles. Deshret's relics have become weaker and weaker, and now we finally have an opportunity to directly strike their headquarters.
Right, as mentioned before, the relics are getting weaker.
Paimon doesn't know what to say anymore.
Responding to violence with more violence will only cause more pain. Do you have any idea the amount of damage you've done?
We do know right from wrong, but we were sinners from the very beginning. We do not deserve the freedom that the boss won for us with his life.
Sinners. Interesting.
Boss always loved his old-fashioned hero stories. Those tales about sacrificing yourself to save the world. We used to always laugh at him for it. But in the end, he really went and lived those stories out himself. As for me, I never considered myself a hero. We're all the lowest of the low. We have no right to even imagine such an existence. But maybe those hero stories he liked foreshadowed everything that was to come. The spirit of the hero touched all those he had saved, and more people joined his cause. Maybe we were all just acting along with the play in the beginning. But as we acted the parts and recited the lines, we were drawn in. And now, we want to see the story through to the end. I'm sorry, Dehya. I know you always found us insufferable ever since you were young. Just think of this as a madman ranting.
I'll go with you.
Dehya.
Huh? Dehya? You wanna go with them?
I grew up with these guys, and I know they're not bad people. It's just that some situations get so bad that it's difficult to tell good from evil. All I know is that Deshret's relics must be destroyed. Furthermore, I want to go see the place for myself. I want to know if my father is still there.
I get the feeling that it's unlikely, but she might find something he left behind, perhaps. I bet she'll find his record. Maybe it'll be some secret. I wouldn't be surprised if his record was the fact that he had a daughter named Dehya, because if the records were intended to be blackmail, and he tried to leave the relics, then they could release that secret and say, hey, by the way, this guy has a daughter that he cares about more than anything else in this world. She'd immediately become a target of anybody seeking retribution. And she would understand what that meant, I believe, if she saw that that was his record.
I know you don't want to get involved in this, so there's no need for you to tag along. I can do this on my own.
I'm on your side, Dehya. I made a promise to Dinozad to support you.
Yeah. Paimon feels like we'd only regret it if we don't see this through to the end.
Thank you. We'll be a lot stronger together with you.
I bet Boss would lose his mind if he ever knew you'd join us at the very last moment like this.
Considering all the losses and injuries we sustained, we can't afford to turn down someone as powerful as you.
He can think whatever he wants. But the fact is, I owe him this much.
It's a really cool shot. A really cool shot. The blue of her eyes, the blue of the background. Yeah, I'm sure she's feeling conflicted about him at the moment. I'm sure she's feeling a little bit of regret for leaving in the past. But it's also, I mean, she did leave for a reason. Even if he was a really caring father in the end, and I'm trying to remember what exactly she described as her issues with him back when she was first telling us about him. I think, you know, I think part of it was that he would often go out and leave her in the care of other people, which she saw as a demonstration of the fact that he wasn't really wanting to be a father or not a good father. Probably what was happening then was he's going to the headquarters and leaving her in the care of the other, I don't know what you call them, the other members of Dakan al-Akhbar, I guess. So she's probably recontextualizing a lot of things that happened in her childhood. But at the same time, it's still, other things that she said still make it sound like not a great place for a child to grow up in. So, I don't know. He can be a really great guy without being a good father. It does sound like he was trying his best, but what he was providing was not what Dehya needed. You know, and they weren't able to reconcile those differences while she was young, and so she left. But, yeah, I'm sure she has her regrets now. She probably wishes she knew this earlier, but she has a very strong heart, so I'm sure she will make her peace with it soon. Yeah, and at the same time, technically her leaving was what he wanted. He wanted her to be able to leave the desert life. Probably just the stress of their last argument and his, like, heartbreak over it is what caused him to age overnight. But I'm sure he made his own peace with it because he wanted her safely in Sumeru City, and that's exactly where she ended up being. Yeah. Anyways, it's a difficult situation, but...
Hey!
I guess it all comes down to this. Oh, my son.
Aw, everyone's thinking about their own families now.
Deshret's relics are about to become history.
I guess it all comes down to this.
Oh, and only in his thoughts do we hear about his son.
What a bummer. I just had to get injured now, right before the final fight. Be sure to punch one of them for me. Huh?
Will do. Did you see Vega nod? That's hilarious. Hey guys. Sorry, wanted to interrupt.
I see everything.
Okay. I believe that's everything around here for the immediate time. Let's go find these guys, shall we? On the other hand, I'm very much on board with taking these guys down. Seems like their way of doing things was quite cruel, quite unhealthy, and quite against even the most basic code of ethics that most Eremites seem to have, which is the, you know, treat your own members well at least. Oh, hi! You've got a chest? You know what? I will fight you. Thanks for the offer.
Oz, reveal thyself. No, my sword.
Out of there, please.
Make yourselves at home.
Oh, oh. Ah. Ooh. And one more of these. Out of the way. And she's gonna get a little bit hit, but it's fine. It's fine. It'll be fine. Everything's gonna be fine. Holy cow! That was awesome.
Commit it to memory.
By royal decree.
Oh, another one? Are you new? No, you're not new. Why'd you end up over here? Trying to let her heal. No, no, no. Hey, we got behind it. Nice.
Oz, reveal thyself. Scatter.
There we go. And we got some more of these things, which is good. We get a chest.
A reward on the road.
I'm kind of wondering. Let's see. Nahida talents? Let's level officials ultimate just a little bit. I find that somebody pointed out in the comments, thank you so much, that I can swap cancel. I've been using it more, so I'm happy about that. Nice. Oh, because of a installation, I see. A little bit here. Alright, just trying to see if I can use some of those resources to level people a little bit. Up. I'm so grateful that they give us all these wind gusts and whatnot to get where we need to be. Super helpful. Why did you do that to me? It turned my camera down. I thought maybe I was supposed to go down, but there was nothing down there. Quite perplexing. Okay, how many map pins do you think I have left? None! Darn it! Well, there's a Shrine of Depths over here. I'm gonna just try to memorize this location. There's a little triangle of teleporters here. Teleporters and a domain, that is.
Is this the entrance?
Ooh.
Sure didn't run into much trouble on the way here.
Oh, is it gonna be a domain?
Should be. I don't think they have enough manpower left to post guards and defend their perimeters.
Let's do this. They want me to have Pyro. Should I trust them and bring in Pyro? If I lose Xingqiu, I won't be able to do Hyper Bloom. Wait, she's Pyro. Never mind. We're definitely going to get her again, and I was thinking she was Dendro for some reason for a second there. Whoa, did I just see two of her?
Wow. Paimon didn't expect it to look like this on the inside.
Oh no, it's probably just another Eremite.
They should all be holed up in here. Don't know how many people they've got left, though.
Who cares? We'll round up all of them.
Still, we should be careful. Even if they've only got one shot left, it could still take us out.
I've fought through many situations like this before.
Yeah, we'll know what they're really capable of once we've landed some hits on them. Deshret's relics may have been a force to be reckoned with before, but their name means nothing now.
Yeah, they don't stand a chance with you here. I'll take the lead. I've been here once before.
Thanks for the lead. Okay. Oh, this is so cool. Oh, I love having allies in the field. We're moving with our allies, guys. Hey, guys.
That's close enough.
Let's have a battle, shall we?
No, my sword.
Sorry, Dehya. Every time I get hit with Dehya on the team, I'm just like, I'm so sorry. Oh, I keep trying to dodge Eremites who are on my team. Wow. I wonder if her... Probably not, but I was gonna say, I wonder if her Fiery Sanctum will buff our teammates, and if we'll take the damage that our teammates take. And honestly, that might be the case. I just took some damage. And it might have been from the Eremites. Wow, hilarious.
By royal decree.
Yes! Yay, we got one ultimate out of it. I don't even know. Where? There you are.
Let's get it on!
This is a well-built Dehya. I'm appreciating that quite a bit. Sorry to turn off your fire, but I want to get some. None of this, none of that, none of this, none of that. Let's do this. It's so hard to get out of that corner with that little dendro pile on the ground. Oh, nice. Are you our last guy? I think you might be. I love how we're all just attacking this one guy. It really feels like I've got teammates on the floor. Wait, is this it's somebody who looks like Jet. Oh.
This way, follow me. We're almost there.
I almost feel bad. I just have to frantically check the hair color to make sure it's not her. Cool shot though. Look at the team. The synchronized hands and hips. The synchronized.
Wait, they went charging ahead without checking for any traps.
Uh-oh. Look! It looks like a... What would that be? Kind of like a griffin, I guess? Ooh, that's my first time seeing that sort of statue. Oh, those guys are doomed. Oh no.
Hey, you guys okay?
Oh no. Please don't kill off like the rest of Dehya's sort of family in front of her.
It seems like we just got trapped in here. Don't think we triggered anything else.
Watch out, the enemy's coming from ahead.
Well, now that things have come to this, seems we'll have to fight our way through.
Don't worry about us. We knew something like this could happen. Go and take a look around. There could still be another way through. Let's go! We can't let the boss down!
Let's check if there's
Good
another
luck
way.
in there.
The sooner we can make it through to help them, the better.
Puzzle.
Let's see.
I see a puzzle.
I think I see a way through over there, but it's being blocked by something. Let's try our luck with that mechanism.
Okay, let's go!
Alrighty, mechanism. Yeah, look at this. Griffin? Is that what they're called? Oh, there's one on the wall too. Okay, really quick. I'm going to look up what the word Dakan means. Oh, that's just a little group though, not the big one. Nothing conclusive. I was trying to see if maybe it was the name of this creature. But that is technically the name of her father's group, not the name of the bigger group, which is Relics. Over there too, on the sun as well. Interesting. Oh, I get the feeling we won't be able to come back in here. Wings, sun. Do you suppose that's... There's the sun and then there's a dark circle in front of us. Is that an eclipse? Do you think? Very interesting. Let's check out this mechanism. Hello, mechanism. Adjust the heights that cover the light so it must be properly received. Change color. Raise. Thank you. Ah, beautiful. Nobody does a puzzle like King Deshret does. Probably his engineers really built the puzzles, but still.
Buckle up!
My royal committed to memory.
Rain outlines your fate.
Well, let's just get out of the way. I am just standing here. Oh, I tried to use her skill at the very last second. And it hit cooldown instead, darn it. You don't want to get hit by whatever you're doing. Darn it, I got hit by whatever you were doing. Ah, stop that.
No rest for the wicked.
Thank you for stopping that. We made it through somehow. Facial needs to heal again. Sorry, Facial. Wet trinkets lie veiled within this desolate plain. Something like that.
Another mechanism like the one before, but this one's being blocked off in the middle.
Hmm?
We just need to adjust it a little.
Can I rotate you? There you go. I rotate the device obstructing the light. Once the device will descend. Oh, that makes more sense. Okay, now this guy probably needs to go down, and then this will rise. Oh no, we got that door is what we got. I need something over here. Unless that's the only door? Actually kind of looks like it's the only door. Great. Anything? Oh, hello. Oh, come at me, my friends. I love these guys so much. Okay, I'm just gonna let her take the hit. I'm so sorry about that, Nahida. I'm so sorry about that, Dehya. Where is... Xingqiu is not happening. Huh? I can only be myself right now. Oh, there we go. Wow, that delay. That was so...
Everyone hold hands.
I'm checking my ping. Is it a ping issue? Let's just be Dehya. Because what is happening? I've never had that happen before. Huh? That was like a significant delay in switching my characters. That was wild. I was trying to switch to Xingqiu for such a long time that I eventually ended up just trying any of the buttons to see if any of them would work, so I ended up as Fischl. What on earth happened?
I see everything.
Let's get it on!
Oh god, oh god.
By royal decree!
Yeah, there's still a lag. Is it my computer? Is it the game? Because there's 5 of them and it's confused? You would think it would know. It's... What on earth? There she is. Fine, fine, fine. This is so stressful. I can fight a fight. I don't mind fighting a fight, but fighting a fight when I can't switch characters? I'll just have to pick a character and stick with them. Oh my goodness me. Everyone's so hurt too. And once we're out of the fight, it works fine. What on earth? That didn't work though. Wow. Like, is it my computer? It's not lagging when I look around. Even clicking things is lagging. I mean, you're seeing this, right? Okay, that's normal. That's a normal speed. But yeah, you can hear the little bloop, and then it doesn't change for a couple seconds. Freaking me out. Okay. Moving on from all that, though. Let's raise this one. Raise a little bit more. Great, that guy's down. Oh, and now I need to change the color. It's perfectly aligned though, so we should be good to go. One more over here. You also need to change color. I might as well heal her while we're doing puzzles. Right. Now you need to be yellow, don't you? Yes. It's so pretty! Yellow and purple. It's interesting. We've seen the floating blue. We've seen the red fire-like things and the sconces. Now we're seeing yellow and purple lasers. Sure. Oh, but it aligned with the colors of the elements! We've got a Hydro, a Geo, a Pyro, and an Electro.
I wasn't expecting anyone to make it through from the other side. But as a desert dweller, I suppose we should be used to our folks defying all expectations.
That looks so cool.
Don't waste your breath. You have nowhere to run.
Run? Had I wanted to run, I would have fled 1,000 times already. I witnessed the golden age of Deshret's relics. Even if I could leave this place behind, all that awaits me now are endless days of humiliation and ruin.
The golden age, when you were blackmailing all of your members?
Even now, my brothers and I still believe in one thing.
And what's that?
The greatest should never live to remember their fall.
Well, we can help you with that.
So you want to go out in a blaze of glory?
Let us draw our weapons! We will show them the true power King Deshret bestowed upon his followers.
I'm sure you will.
They are but two, while we hold within ourselves the entirety of the relic's glory.
Are you sure about that?
One charge!
Whoa. Wave 1? Alright, team. I'm trusting you. Please be reliable. I'm counting on you now. Like how long that swap took. Oh, this is so cool. I do want to take a moment and acknowledge how surreal it is that the traveler basically agreed to come along on this journey with the express purpose of killing people. That's wild to me. Just because, you know, normally when in this game, there's usually a veiled sort of, oh, we're gonna take these people down, or we're going to rid the academia of all the people who are corrupt, that sort of thing. But in this case, yeah, we're straight up just killing everybody. It seems like there's been no discussion of bringing these people to the core of 30, which is interesting. It fits the tone of the quest. It's definitely been one of our more serious story quests. I'm surprised that Dehya's not dead yet. How much health did they give her? Oh, that's why.
Let's get it on.
But yeah.
King Deshret will not abandon any one of his followers.
It also is, it's interesting to think of in terms of, like, you know, the Traveler's own mentality, because if you think about Inazuma, when they almost refused to get involved at all, now not only are they getting involved very much so, but they're also willing to do something so extreme. Because they see the reason why their friend wants to do this.
Let's end this now.
It's interesting to me.
Brothers! This is where we prove our faith.
So I am interested also to see if they are going to pull at the end we'll turn these guys into the proper authorities type of move. It would just surprise me because they've spent so long establishing that the don't die.
I can no longer hold back.
Oh, I'm not switching again. There she is. They spent so long establishing that the Eremites follow like different rules.
Where do you think you're going?
Oh my god, since when was Nahida so hurt? You're not Nahida. There she is. Don't die while you're on the field. Good job. Wait, actually I'm not gonna be you either. Out of the way. We'll go ahead and do this because I don't know what is happening, but it's kind of freaking me out. Oh, no. On the field, off the field. Cool music, though. Let's focus on this guy. Golden Slumber? Nice.
The commander has finally fallen.
But they're still coming at us! This place is like a gladiator's ring. They just keep coming no matter how many we beat!
Yes, keep fighting! There's no need to fear, and no need to back down! This is our last stand!
When the next wave comes, try to draw away their attacks. I'm going to see if I can take out that high platform.
Sounds like a plan. Oh, our reinforcements, are they showing up? Heck yeah. Oh, one guy?
Get out
there they are. Yay, they survived. Are we going to have this many people on the field?
Come and face me, Michel! So they've broken through the front as well.
Apologies, Lord Michal. They fight like absolute madmen. No matter how much we throw at them, they just keep coming for more.
Oh. Oh. Yeah, see what I mean about this quest having a darker tone?
So, it would seem like this is the end.
Time to pay for everything you've done, Michel.
You think I would give you that opportunity? I will be buried in the sand alongside all the rest of our fading glory.
I'm nervous about this device that appears to be right next to him. What are you doing?
Hey, wait!
It feels like there should be music. He just leaves? Is that him? Did he golden slumber himself?
Late.
It's over. There's no more need to fight. But if you're still going to cling on to your so-called mercenary's pride, then I'll give you all a good beating as well.
So we're gonna let these guys go? Just because they weren't, like, admin folks? They were just hired mercenaries like anyone else?
Hey, Dehya! I found the mechanism. I'll get you all back up here right away.
Unless they were... Like, did those guys have records or not? Okay.
Let's go.
Really feels like there should be music. Okay. Holy cow. I was about to say, you know, maybe the weird glitchiness my team has been having is because they're about to put like a whole bunch of people in the field, which is not something they tend to do because my understanding is they need to design every fight with, and every cutscene with mobile players in mind. Make sure it's able to be rendered there too. And yeah, like if my computer is struggling to render it, I can see why they wouldn't want to do that. Or mobile players as well. But I have no idea. That was really freaking me out. But you know, it's over. We defeated the leaders, so it seems like the rest of the people aren't personally invested in the matter like the leaders
Who are
were.
you filthy rats? And why are you always pestering us?
You don't even know who they are?
You call yourself a member of the infamous Deshret's relics and you still can't even tell who's made it all the way to your headquarters?
Who knows what intent a bunch of rats may have? We try to catch a couple, and you all just show up on the other side instead. How are we supposed to figure out what you're after?
You really have no clue.
Hey, have you ever heard of a man by the name of Kusela? Why would I know? It's not like I'm in charge or anything.
This is your last chance to talk.
Hey, I said I don't know anything. I'm just an average member here. I'm telling the truth. If you're here to find someone, why don't you look through the records yourselves? Who can remember every name and face with so many people coming in and out every day?
The irony. His life became a light for so many, yet to others, it wasn't even worth remembering. Where's the records room? Answer me!
It's right over there. All the files are in there. You can go through them as much as you want. It's not like any of them still matter anyway.
I thought it was burned down. I thought there'd be only a few, maybe surviving fragments.
I mean the old records room.
Oh, there we go.
The old records room? You mean the one that got burned down?
That makes more sense.
Kusela. Ah, yeah, I remember him now. The guy who could hardly walk.
And whose fault was that?
Watch your mouth. That's our boss you're talking about. He was definitely faking it. We all let our guard down as soon as we saw him come hobbling in. But in the short time it supposedly took him to take a dump, he'd already gotten away and started a fire in the records room.
He's got style.
He couldn't have possibly outrun us if he wasn't a fraud. And after that, Deshret's relics fell into complete disarray.
Stop wasting our time. Every one of us here is perfectly aware of what he had done. Tell me, where is the old records room?
It's just over there. Go see it for yourself if it means that much to you. There's nothing left in there but ashes. No human could ever survive that kind of inferno. Bashar, Tikriti, let's go. We'll leave the others here to guard these guys. Spare them no mercy if they try anything.
Okay, so they are taking some prisoners. Who do you turn them into, though? If not the core of 30. Hello?
I've already told you everything I know. Can't you just leave me alone? Crazy. Every last one of them.
I don't know if I like your tone, young man. Oh wow, that's gorgeous actually. Beautiful.
So, this was his final destination. How did he do it? Getting past all the guards with a limp and sneaking in here to start a fire? If he was nimble enough to do that, then he must have been able to get out of here after starting the fire, right?
Well, who knows? Who knows what he used to start the fire, and who knows how quickly the smoke got to him.
Dehya.
I'm sorry. I know it's just wishful thinking. Let's look around. Maybe we can find something that's been left behind.
Oh, she looks so sad. Yeah, exactly. Everyone searches around the room. Oh, it's his cane.
Is this a cane? It must be the one that Dehya's father used.
Do you think he could have left a note inside?
Kusela.
Thanks for everything, boss.
It's almost... Okay, I was going to say, it's like, wow, just that one spot has burn marks. Ouch, but no, other places in the room do too.
We're fortunate to somehow find that cane after that fire.
Let's split up and look around some more. What if something else has been left behind?
But what else could survive a fire like that?
Huh?
Oh, what do you see? It opens, doesn't it? It opens, doesn't it? Oh, it's a sword.
Thought so.
Recognize it?
Wait! Isn't that the toy sword you played with as a child?
Aww.
The dragon is no more.
Oh my god, look at her!
Princess Dehya has slain it. Its head now hangs above the city gates. Her bravery has brought eternal peace and prosperity to us all.
Oh, she looks embarrassed.
Come on, this is the most important line.
You can do it.
Oh my god, look at her!
Dehya, you defeated the dragon. Everyone's waiting for your speech. Still too shy, huh? All right, I'll do it. I hereby proclaim our victory. Evil shall plague us no more.
That's adorable.
I hereby proclaim our victory. Evil shall plague us no more, Dad.
The whole story was shared with the Corps of 30, which finally joined the investigation in the name of restoring order. The members of Deshret's relics were brought to justice, and I missed the rest because it faded away too quickly.
What's this?
That was just, oh my god, right at the end there. Oh, that was just mean. Holy cow. Oh dear. But yeah, it seems she's moved on to acceptance in her 5 stages of grief. I wasn't even tracking them as we went on, but it definitely feels like that was a move on. Wow, yeah, she's starting to accept it. We got you some snacks and drinks, all on Paimon's tab.
Don't you remember? You asked Paimon what she would do if she were to wake up tomorrow with loads of money. And Paimon said that she would get boatloads of tasty snacks. You looked super confused at the time, but said it was an adorable thing to say.
When was this?
These opportunities don't come by often. So today, Paimon's gonna treat you to a special crash course on Paimon's life philosophy.
Oh my god. Are those giant baklava? Vega, good job. Good job getting that dish as close to you as possible. She rarely spends her allowance on other people. It's really my treat, but you get the point.
Hey, this way you get something from the both of us for the price of one. Anyway, the point is that you should eat to your heart's content. You'll feel better for sure once you've gotten something in your tummy. Dunyarzad will also be here shortly. She's already heard that we're back.
Aw, thanks you two. Honestly, this is very unlike me. I just had a lot on my mind on our way back, so I didn't know what to say.
Yeah, she's got a lot to think about, doesn't she?
My chest was filled with all kinds of intense emotions. They just shook me even more than all the feelings we've shared during our previous adventures. But when everything came to an end, those emotions also vanished without a trace, and I was left feeling more empty than ever before. It was as if I'd lost the thing that was most important to me.
Everything just happened so fast.
Yeah, you're right. To many mercenaries, Mora is the most important thing in the world. But perhaps to us, it's the most worthless thing of all. Idrisi and the others all used to say that they would quit if there was no Mora to be had. But when it came to avenging my father, there was no Mora to be made anywhere.
Aww.
My reality shattered when I found out that the father who always told me hero stories was in fact a bad guy. But look at me now. Am I any different?
I mean, you might have been not entirely accurate in your perception of him back then, but I wouldn't say that you're the same.
Despite all my promises about never forgiving him and never trying to understand him, I still went to such lengths to find out the truth, and nearly even shed tears for his sake. We're hypocrites, all of us.
You should never question your true feelings, though.
Yeah, you're right. It's just a pity that we often only recognize our true feelings after it's already too late.
If Dunyarzad walks up right now, I'm gonna lose it.
You're back! Are all of you alright?
Well, Dehya, take the hint. What do you think, Dehya? What are your true feelings?
Ah, there she is.
Yeah. Many people from the Core of 30 came over, and I just wrapped up everything with my dad. All I can do now is wait for their verdict. Huh? Dehya, you're looking quite down again.
Paimon will explain. A lot happened while we were gone.
Once Paimon finishes telling the story, Dunyarzad begins to cry.
I'm sorry. I really should have controlled my emotions better. I just...
Don't be sorry. You're super empathetic. It's wonderful.
It's all right, my lady. You were hurt by all of this as well. Truth be told, I'm starting to feel a little guilty watching you cry like this.
But Dehya, your pain must be even worse. You shouldn't need to comfort me.
Hey, don't worry about me. If anything, this whole thing has finally shown me the difference between illusion and reality. My father probably thought that people could settle into new lives as long as they moved to a new environment. That thought has even crossed my mind a few times. It's like saying, what's wrong with adapting to a new life? However, there was always something deep within my mind that refused to accept it. This impulse brought me great turmoil, and even made me feel ashamed for turning my back on your father's kindness. But now that I consider it again, it all makes sense. The desert sands are a part of who I am, and I will never be able to lead a peaceful existence.
I understand how you feel.
That doesn't mean I won't be making any changes to my life, though. As an example, I'm now thinking about taking on some small odd jobs. It's just like Idrisi said. I also want to catch up to my father and become a character in his play. Even if the ending of the story may be childish and ridiculous, it won't really matter.
Isn't that neat, though? Oh, you'll be a whole new kind of mercenary, one that's not out for Mora. Why don't we go for a change of scenery once we finish eating? What about stopping by the Grand Bazaar again?
Right. You said you wanted to get a rug for your family.
We'll come along too.
It's always more fun when everyone's together.
I can't thank you enough for taking care of me this entire time.
Oh, and there's more. Okay. Wow, look, we actually finished our food. That's pretty cool. So we learned a couple interesting things there. The first, that it seems like... What I thought was really interesting is that we're seeing parallels between this quest and Nilu's story quest. I forget that girl's name, but do you remember that one woman who... Her father was kind of like the antagonist in that quest? And one of the points they brought up was, you know, even if you cut ties and move away, these people are still part of your story, and so they still have an impact on your life. And I think this is Dehya's own version of realizing that fact. And I love that the way that she's chosen to recognize it and honor it is by taking on jobs that aren't for money. Because, you know, she loves being a mercenary, and she never intended to stop doing that. We saw that after the Archon quest when she said she was going to head back to the desert. But now she's just going to change how she does it a little bit in honor of her father and or her own feelings about this whole matter, which is great. It also fits Dehya really well. She's a very heroic character. Besides that, a very small thing that I thought was fun was Vega mentioned that Paimon gets an allowance. So I suppose that we must give her an allowance because we're technically the one making all the money. But we give her some so that she has money of her own, which I think is delightful. I think that's very smart of us. It's an interesting flavor to our relationship with her. It almost feels like kind of like... You know, Paimon's a tricky character because we know so little about her and I can't wait till we find out more. And it's hard to say, like, is she an adult? Is she a child? Like, what? Huh? I kind of like, the way I kind of see her is that I think she is an adult, but I think quite possibly she might have forgotten her own past, and in such a way that she doesn't even realize what she's forgotten. I don't know if she's really forgotten her own past, but it just seems like there's something that we're not quite seeing because Paimon is not seeing it. You know what I mean? And so, because she never talks about her own dreams or her own goals or anything like that. She just... And she doesn't realize that she's not doing that. Even when we talk about our own dreams and our own wishes. She does talk about like, oh, once we're done traveling, we should settle down somewhere. Which is adorable and sweet. But it does feel like she's hiding something because she doesn't even realize that she's hiding it. And so... I don't know, she's fascinating, and I love her. Hi, Paimon. But I like the fact that we give her money, because I think that that's recognizing that she is her own person, deserving of her own agency. And, yeah, I'm delighted by that small little tidbit. And I'm so curious about her. Paimon story quest when?
Is quite something. The craftsmanship is exquisite, and the fabric is also of high quality.
Ah, here you are. Finally, I found you.
Oh my god, this is Tongue Guy. The guy who bit his tongue.
Hey! Aren't you that mercenary who bit his tongue? Can you still talk? Wait, are you here to take revenge on us?
What are you talking about? Do I look like I can take you all in a fight? I just came here to give you something. I'll be on my way to give myself up to the Corps after this.
Wow, okay. Also, that explains why this guy was so loyal. Was he who did he work for exactly? Did he work for Dakan al-Akhmar? Because maybe the reason why he was so loyal is not because of an ideological thing, but because of, oh, what's his name? Dia's dad just being a really great guy, and it seems like he's made a lot of friends who are just loyal to him out of friendship.
Once I woke up, I hurried to Dakan al-Akhmar's camp, hoping to alert them to your presence. But when I got there, I found no one except the members who were still too injured to move.
Ah, so you probably got there after us.
Yeah, they told me that they had exacted their revenge, and everyone had turned themselves in to the authorities. Even that last camp was not going to last for much longer. I had joined the cause to repay an old favor from Kusela.
Exactly!
Now that everyone's already turned themselves in, I might as well do the same. One of the injured members gave this box to me, and told me that it contained some of the old man's last possessions.
Nah.
Everything left in the camp will get confiscated, so I figured I should get this to you before the Corps could get their hands on it.
Thank you.
No worries. We are all just living our own truths. There's no need to comment or judge anyone for it.
This guy is surprisingly super chill. Oh my god.
So this box contains everything that Dia's father left behind. Huh. It feels lighter than expected.
I bet it's letters to her. But also, yeah, Satar is so funny. We were interrogating him, and his response is, everyone's living their own truths. I won't judge.
Well, back in the day, the first thing he did with any Mora was spend it on things like drinks and meat. But let's see what's inside. What's this? It's just a bunch of junk. It kinda stinks.
Perhaps it's just been left unopened for too long.
A handwritten copy of a storybook. The paper's already yellowed, and it looks like it's about to fall apart. It was against the Academia's rules to possess books for personal use. If he was going to break that rule, he could have at least copied something useful.
So what do we think? Either these are the stories that he used to tell her, or he wrote this himself with those stories with her as the main character,
That probably means this was really important to him.
And here are a few bags of children's snacks. The packaging's completely deteriorated. Maybe that's where the smell was coming from.
Her favorite snacks as a kid?
Did he get those for you?
Yeah, but here's the thing, though. Even when I was a child, I was never a fan of these kinds of snacks. He'd always say that he got them for me, but in the end, he always ate more than I ever did. Who even leaves snacks in a box like this anyway? Isn't that just common sense? Forget it. Let me see what else is in here. A razor, some buttons, some round iron tiles, a wooden toy puppet, a wool scarf, which from the looks of it probably belonged to a woman, and a hair clip? Why are these things here?
They were probably her mom's.
I'm suddenly feeling a little scared.
I'm sorry, my lady, but this is just the kind of man he was. He probably saw this box as some kind of personal trash heap and dumped any and everything in there. 2 empty liquor bottles. Tell me, you guys, are these the kinds of things that a normal person would leave behind?
Probably not. What an interesting man.
Huh? There's something in the bottle!
Oh, message in a bottle?
Oh, you're right. All right, I got it out. It seems to be a piece of paper with some writing on it. The bottom part's all damaged from moisture, though. Let's hope the writing didn't smudge.
Paper! Yellowed paper, even damaged paper. Incredible.
I was suddenly seized with an urge to write a letter after finishing this bottle. I just folded it up and left it in the bottle, though. If I end up forgetting about it, it won't really matter. To Dehya. It's a letter from me?
You don't need to read it out loud.
It's all right. I'll just read it out. If he went to the trouble of writing a letter, there must have been some important things that he wanted to say. Or at least record down.
My condition's becoming worse and worse. Can't even walk without a cane anymore, much less go out and have fun. Guess I don't have many days left. If you're reading this letter, then I suppose I'm already long gone. You were adorable as a baby. Everyone loved you. And regardless of whether you were crying or laughing, everyone enjoyed having you in the group. But once you grew a bit older, you were no longer nearly as happy or cute. It's probably the guy's fault.
Can you believe this guy? He can point the finger at himself.
Anyway, back to the point. To summarize, I'm writing this so you would know not to feel sad for me, even if you end up finding out the truth. The reason being that I was never your father to begin with.
What?
Wait, what?
Surely, he must be joking, right?
Wait, huh?
I don't know.
I was quite formidable when I was young, and 100 times cooler than some so-called flame main.
What? That's her name.
Really felt like the whole world was under my feet. With just a teeny tiny bit of effort, I felt I could rule over the entire desert. But as fate would have it, I went out into the desert for a drink one day and discovered a baby in the sands. It was you.
Oh my goodness.
You were just lying there, small and helpless. You were so tiny that if the wind blew for just a little while longer, you would have been buried forever. But your cries were so loud they made my head hurt. Now that I think of it, you really were a bundle of energy.
Sounds like he's serious.
Wait, but then who's her parents?
I told Idrisi and the others that I had slipped up with a woman while out and about. None of them even doubted me. I'm sorry that I had to lie to them for so long, but I really had no other choice. I was their most esteemed leader, after all. It's not like I could just tell them that I suddenly wanted to play at being a father. At this rate, I'll puke up all the liquor I just drank from this bottle.
Whoa.
Anyway, Dehya, you possess the kind of freedom and kindness that we could only dream of. As far as how you should live your life, that'll be up to you to decide.
No way.
That's the end of the letter. In the end, he was still thinking of me as a little child.
But isn't that also a good thing?
I suppose, or I would have suffocated under the sand a long time ago.
He was a good father to you. The fact that he wasn't a blood relative doesn't change that.
Yeah. It's just a pity that we had to learn the truth of everything like this.
Do you already have some ideas about the decision that he wanted you to make?
I do. If he first found me alone in the sands, then I want to try my hand at finding the person who abandoned me.
Yeah, I thought she might.
I just have one wish. To tell them a story. That there once existed a childish and foolish jerk with a heart of gold. And that only under his care was I able to grow and mature into the person I am today.
If you end up finding any leads, can you share them with us? We go on adventures all the time. maybe we'll be able to find some information for you.
I am very eager to start searching for information for Dehya, not gonna lie.
Sure, I appreciate it. I wasn't expecting you to be so enthusiastic.
I also don't want to see his efforts go to waste. I don't want you to stop going forward.
I'll help too.
Thank you. All of you. Thank you so much. My life has certainly had its twists and turns, but I've always considered myself lucky. Because no matter where I've gone, I've always been surrounded by incredible kindness.
Wow! What a twist right at the end! I had no inkling that that was going to happen. Oh, that is fascinating. Now I want to read Dehya's character stories and see if we can find any hints in there. I think my friendship level with her is very low, though. I haven't been using— oh! Never mind, that's right. She was on my, she was on my daily team for a while. Back when we actually had a fight with them, too. Ooh. Okay. Oh, Jore! I know you. Anyways, that was— what a charming little story. Also very dark. The duality of Dehya, I suppose. It was really cool to get to know more of her. It was really cool to see more of the Eremite structure in and around the desert. Of course, it was lovely to see Dunyarzad, and it was awesome to meet her father. Yeah, all around, very cozy story, while also being quite violent. Yeah, again, duality of Dehya. So that was super fun. I enjoyed. I sure do hope that there are little facts and tidbits that we can learn, hints about Dehya's, like, biological family. I'm just fascinated. Whenever there's a mystery like that they draw such attention to, it makes me feel like the answer is going to be very important, or at least very interesting. So I hope they let us learn more about that in the future. Vega is entranced by this dog. Anyways, let's sign off here. I'll let her hang out with the dog while we're talking. That will be all for today, so thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I also want to thank our Patreon supporters, Jay Blakewood, Conosard, Power of Chaos, Mary, Edu, and our anonymous patrons for supporting the videos and the channel. And I will see you all in the next one. Oh, it's so nice to be back in Sumeru. Bye now!